welcome to What's Up Ocala. I'm your host, Andrew Praber, and today we've got a topic that's crucial for anyone thinking of buying a home: interest rates and their impact on your buying power. So, whether you're a first-time home buyer or a pro at this, we're hoping that you're going to, at the end of the show, understand how interest rates can affect your purchase, and hopefully you will have less questions about it, or maybe you'll even have more questions. Questions are great to help you understand. All right, before we delve into this nitty-gritty, I'm going to remind you that I am a real estate broker and I'm a real estate instructor, but I am not a mortgage lender. Anything discussed here are estimates only based on mortgage calculators that anyone can access online. This is just an overall kind of rundown for principles only, and to get your personal estimation, you need to speak to a licensed lender. It just so happens that we will have an awesome opportunity for you to do just that today at our Ocala office. I use the mortgage calculator for these calculations from Prime Lending. The Prime Lending website is very easily available. The mortgage lenders don't have a lot of rigmarole. It's just very simple, easy to use. So I like using those for calculations and estimates. But Debbie Cowan from Prime Lending is actually going to be hosting our free home buyers workshop over at our office today from noon to 2 with our very own Jeff Baker. So if you want to ask questions that pertain to your own circumstances and get a much better estimate, this is the chance to do that. So stop on out for that. All right, so if we just have basic principles instead of hard numbers, why are we even discussing it? Because there is a lot of misinformation out there. And I really want you to understand why interest rates matter. Interest rates play a vital role in determining your overall cost to your mortgage. They're the percentage of the loan amount you're going to pay the lender for the ability to borrow money from them. When interest rates are low, it's like getting a bargain or using a coupon for your mortgage. It's great. As a coupon queen myself, I greatly appreciate a good deal. A lower rate means you're going to pay less in interest over the life of the loan, which can save you tens of thousands or maybe even $100,000. Additionally, with lower monthly mortgage payments, you might be able to afford a more expensive or nicer home. Kind of nice. On the flip side, higher interest rates mean paying more for the money you're going to borrow. Your monthly mortgage payments are going to be higher, and you might qualify for a smaller loan amount, which can affect your buying power and the type of property that you can actually afford. Now let's go ahead and get into the specifics of how interest rates impact your buying power. What exactly does this mean? All right, interest rates directly influence your purchasing power because a lower interest rate allows you to qualify for a larger loan amount, and it makes higher priced homes more accessible to you. On the other side, higher interest rates shrink your buying power, and it potentially pushes you into a lower price range. Interest rates have a significant effect on your monthly mortgage payment as well. So are you really going to be able to afford pizza? Or are you going to be house poor? Even a small change in rates can lead to substantial differences in your payment amount, and I will show examples of this later on. It's crucial to calculate and understand how much you'll be paying each month at different interest rates to make informed decisions. So don't go just by what I'm saying. I'm encouraging you to do your own research and go on those mortgage calculators yourself. Choosing a lower interest rate can save you a considerable amount of money over the life of your mortgage. For instance, a 1% difference in interest rates on a 30-year loan can lead to tens of thousands of dollars in savings. It's essential to consider the long-term implications when deciding on a loan. All right, now that you understand how important interest rates are, let's talk about timing and strategy for maximizing your buying power. So many people on the TikTok and all of these other things, they want to talk about this and when is a good time to buy and marrying the house and dating the rate, all that stuff. All right, we're going to keep looking at those mortgage rates and fluctuations of the interest rates. A rate drop even by 0.5% can make a significant difference in your buying power. So paying attention to that stuff is important. But consider using tools like mortgage rate calculators and consult with lenders to stay informed. They'll let you know when it drops down. Getting pre-approved for a mortgage before house hunting is an incredibly wise move. Pre-approval gives you a clear idea of exactly how much you can afford and helps you act quickly when you find the right property. You may want to request from the lender to lock in an interest rate when it's lower to secure that rate. Even if the market changes, your rate won't. It's great. Real estate and mortgage markets can be really complex, and interest rates can be influenced by so many different factors. Please don't hesitate to seek guidance. Look to a qualified realtor and a mortgage professional. They can provide valuable insights, help you devise a personalized buying strategy. Okay, I have absolutely nothing financially to do with a lending corporation or anything like that. I just highly recommend you talk to them. Okay, why do interest rates fluctuate so much? Interest rates are subject to change on the Federal Reserve monetary policy. Inflation rates and overall nationwide economic health, all of that has to do with the Federal Reserve. It's often referred to as the Fed. You may have seen that or heard that a few places. It plays a huge role in determining short-term interest rates. They use a whole bunch of tools to influence the economic growth and inflation. So basically, when the economy is booming, the Fed is going to raise interest rates to prevent excessive inflation, like paying $8 for eggs or something like that. But during economic downturns, like we had back in 2008, well, then they may lower the rates to encourage borrowing and spending. Now you kind of see what's been going on. Inflation, or the increase to the general price level of goods and services, that's basically what inflation is, that impacts interest rates. So lenders factor inflation expectations into interest rates to ensure they receive an adequate return on investment over the life of the loan. High inflation means typically that they're going to lead to higher interest rates and vice versa. All right. So you want to keep an eye on economic indicators such as the GDP, growth, employment, consumer sentiments even, maybe what the banks are doing. These factors can all provide an insight into the overall economic health, which in turn influences interest rates. When it comes to mortgages, there are two primary types. There's a lot of types, but there's two primary ones: fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages. And understanding them is extremely important for your financial planning. To this day, there's still a lot that encourage ARMs. Let's discuss what a fixed rate mortgage is. It's the interest rate remains consistent throughout the loan term, which is normally like 30 years or maybe even 15 years. This provides stability, predictability on all your monthly payments. They remain unchanged no matter what the market is doing. Even if interest rates rise in the future, you're going to be shielded from that impact. Fixed rate mortgages are especially ideal when interest rates are relatively low, because they provide a secure option for borrowers who prefer that consistency. Okay? Adjustable rate mortgages, or ARMs, on the other hand, come with interest rate that can fluctuate over time. Initially, when you first sign up with ARMs, they often have a lower rate than fixed rate mortgages, so they look appealing. It makes it very attractive to some buyers. However, the rate adjusts periodically, maybe even within the first few years, and it's based on prevailing market rates. So this means your monthly payment can increase drastically depending on interest rate changes. ARMs can be disastrous for many home buyers as they carry a lot more risk if the rates rise significantly. Be very, very, very careful. Interest rates don't only affect home buyers. They also impact homeowners looking to refinance their existing mortgages. This is called refinancing. It can be a really smart move when rates are low, as it allows homeowners to secure a better rate or reduce the long term. So even if you have that fixed rate mortgage, you can actually refinance if the interest rates go down. Rate and term refinance involves replacing your current mortgage with a new one at a more favorable interest rate. This can lower your monthly payments and save you a lot of money over time. So one common question that we often receive is, when is the best time to buy a home considering these interest rates? Well, the truth is, predicting interest rates and their movements and their fluctuations can be very challenging, even for the experts. Instead of trying to time the market perfectly, I would highly recommend you just focus on your own personal financial situation and your long-term goals, both for yourself and for your family. If you're currently renting, I promise you that over the next 30 years, your rent will go up drastically, whereas your fixed rate mortgage will not. Don't believe me? Okay. Check on what the national median rent was 30 years ago, back in the 1990s. I did. Back in 1990, it was $443. In 1980, it was only $243. I bet they never even comprehended paying $1,600 for rent. But according to the World Population Review, the average American renter pays $1,326 a month. For those looking to move, it's even more. Prices are much higher. The average asking rent is now $1,900 across the country for single-family houses. And it's averaging $2,018 a month in some places. A typical apartment in the United States costs $1,659. Remember that real estate is a long-term investment, and historically, home values have appreciated over time. So securing a home that meets your needs is way more important than attempting to wait for the perfect rate. It may not happen. While we can't predict these interest rates with absolute accuracy, it's absolutely impossible to foretell the future, keeping an eye on the historical trends can be very beneficial. So if rates are historically low levels, it's really great opportunity for you to consider purchasing. Also, if you're on the fence about buying and rates are kind of on the rise, like they are right now, acting sooner rather than later might save you money in the long run. If the rates continue to rise, where will you be in 5 to 10 years? It's essential to recognize that the impact of interest rates can vary depending on the type of loan you choose as well. So let's explore how interest rates are affected with the various loan options. All right, conventional loans. If you're not really sure or not really familiar with these terms, conventional loans are the ones that are probably the most popular among all the mortgage options. Typically, lenders require a 20% down payment for a conventional loan, but honestly, there's a lot of options with lower down payment requirements. I know personally a lot of lenders in this area that only require 3.5% down on a conventional. Interest rates on conventional loans can vary based on your credit score and your financial profile, such as your debt-to-income ratio. There's also FHA loans, which are backed by the Federal Housing Administration and are designed to help first-time homebuyers with more accessible down payment requirements. So these loans have more lenient credit score requirements, and they make them a lot more attractive to buyers that way, especially if they have limited credit history. FHA loans may have a slightly higher interest rate though, so look into that. Ask those questions. For eligible veterans and active duty military personnel, there's also something called VA loans. You've probably heard of them. They're excellent benefits, including no down payment, and they offer competitive interest rates as well. So if you qualify for a VA loan, it can be a great option to maximize your buying power. There's also something very special for rural communities like ours. It's called a USDA Rural Development Loan. It is not anything to do with beef. It's the USDA Rural Development. It's similar to FHA, but like the VA loan, it has no down payment requirement. That's right, you can purchase a home on this with no down payment at all, and it's very, very common here in Marion County. As a home buyer, you have some control over the interest rate you receive. There's a few strategies to kind of help you negotiate the best rate possible. One, first and foremost, don't settle for the first offer you receive. So many times people don't realize that they can check with different lenders. In fact, the lenders sometimes expect it. Reach out to multiple lenders and obtain rate quotes from each one. By comparing those offers, you can kind of leverage one lender's quote or negotiate better terms with another. It's not just the house price you negotiate, it's also the loan terms. A higher credit score can also lead to a better interest rate. So before applying for a mortgage, work on improving your credit by paying bills on time, reducing your credit card balances, and avoiding any new debts. Consider also paying down points or discount points upfront to lower your interest rate. This one has a lot of detail that we're not going to get into right now, but essentially each point is equivalent to 1% of the loan amount, and it can lead to a lower interest rate over the loan term. Remember that the process of buying a home it can be complex, but you don't have to do it alone. Reach out to a knowledgeable realtor and a mortgage professional to help guide you through the process and ensure that you make the best choices for your own personal financial future. All right, we are going to go ahead and play with those mortgage calculators. I strongly recommend that you go online and play around with interest rates and possibilities in doing it yourself. It's a fantastic way to educate yourself on how things change and how things are affected just by playing with those numbers. But for today, I snagged some examples just to get you started. Again, I am not a mortgage lender. This is just informational purposes only, just to play around with some numbers and give you a basic principles. This is you're easily able to access all of this online, just to get a kind of broad estimate and just understand the basics, okay? All right, 2 homes we currently have for sale. One is 5428 Southwest 89th Street. The price is $395,000. I was trying to keep the prices of the houses about the same. The annual taxes on this one is $5,559. It is not homesteaded. The home insurance, I had to get a broad estimate. I tried to get estimates earlier from a insurance company. I couldn't get them in time. So HOA fee is $11. PMI insurance for this is going to be about $36. We're doing USDA, no money down. The home itself with the loan, $2,788. Okay, and then you have those additional, the insurance and whatnot. Okay, next we're going to go to 4784 Northwest 45th Court. This house is $425,000. Annual taxes are only $2,246. Why? It's homesteaded. All right, so we went ahead and checked on the 30-year fixed rate, again with this national average, which is 7.598. The HOA fee is $55. The PMI on this one, about the same, $39. So what is the monthly amount for just the house with the loan? $3,000, right on the dot. What's the total monthly payment with insurance and interest and all that? And, it's $3,493. All right, now I want you to look at another home. This one is through D.R. Horton. It's at 6938 Southeast 112th Lane. This one is $336,990. The annual taxes are unknown because it's brand new construction, so I used the higher of the last two ideas, so it's $5,559, not homesteaded, okay? The home insurance itself, though, is going to be lower because of it being a brand new house. HOA fee is $44. Now, with a D.R. Horton home, like so many builders, they are offering concessions. The concessions on this one is $10,000 towards closing costs, and they're offering a lower interest rate if you use their lender, their preferred lender, and they're offering 5.75%. So what is the PMI? That one's going to be $31. What's the payment for just the house and the loan and all that? $2,590. What is the total monthly payment? $2,634. So these 3 houses that are fairly similar in price have completely different closing costs and monthly payments. So if you're wanting more information on how to buy a home and what you personally qualify for or what you can expect, today is your day. It's fantastic news. It just so happens that we will have an awesome opportunity for you to do just that today at our Ocala office. I happen to have used the mortgage calculator from the Prime Lending website that is very easily available, but Debbie Cowan from Prime Lending will be hosting a free homebuyers workshop with our very own Jeff Baker today from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. So if you want to ask questions that pertain to your own circumstances, this is your chance to do just that. So stop on out. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. Right now, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the stats for residential sales this week here in Marion County and some fun stuff to do this weekend. So come back for that. All right, welcome back. Before we get into the sales stats this week, I want to ask a very small favor, please and thank you. If you're enjoying this program, let us know. The website here at the radio station is classichitsocala.com, or if you're joining us on our YouTube channel, you can go ahead and leave a comment, or even better, if you're a fan and truly think that we have helped you or educated you or entertained you or something in some way, share this video. We don't have some huge, massive, crazy budget for advertising, so mostly we're just using word of mouth. So get us out there. Maybe there's someone that you think would benefit from this show as well. Maybe they're interested in home ownership or real estate or just Ocala. Maybe they just want to enjoy the mayhem. Maybe they will just, I don't know, find it entertaining as well. So share, and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the real estate stats for this week here in Marion County over the last 7 days. Currently, there are 2,288 homes currently available and ready to purchase. That's quite a few. For new listings this week, we had 232. Price increases, a whopping 81. That's definitely, squeaking on up there in those price increases. For price decreases, 257, which is much better than the 300s it was a while back. Back on the market, we had 81, sold and closed, 270, expired, 13, and pending, 296 houses went pending this week. Wow. Temporarily off the market, we had 14, withdrawn 4, and canceled 32. Your national average interest rate is 7.60% for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, and a 15-year is at 6.72. So definitely something to look into is that 15-year. Now what's going on around you and me today and tomorrow? Well, there's a backpack giveaway hosted by local DJs on the turntables playing music. This event includes free hot dogs and bottled water. It's today at 10 a.m. and it goes on until 4 p.m. and that's over at Martin Luther King Jr. Recreational Complex. Over at the Marion Theater, they are playing the classic Jaws at 4:30 today and 4 p.m. tomorrow, which coincides very nicely with that new Jaws-themed burger joint that just opened. It's across from the Paddock Mall over on College Road. I'm kind of bummed because I was trying to eat healthy right now, so I don't know, go in there and have one of them, one of their massive burgers and really enjoy, just have that for me, okay? Tickets are now on sale for the OCT youth production of Peter Pan, which is slated for the end of this month. So if you have a few minutes today or maybe tomorrow, purchase some tickets for that. They are celebrating, actually, over at the OCT, 70 years in our community. So see what you can do to support such a great theater group that's had such an impact. You can also make time to make it downtown over at the downtown market on the corner of 3rd and 3rd. Can't miss it. You can enjoy fruits, you can enjoy vegetables, arts, crafts, food trucks, coffee, music, baked goods. You had me at the coffee. But just have a really great time. And don't forget to join us at 3201 Southwest 34th Avenue, Suite 102, very near the mall, today from noon until 2 p.m. with Debbie Cowan from Prime Lending and Jeff Baker as they discuss the steps to home ownership. This is totally and completely free and also a judgment-free zone. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for listening in. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to us. Our email here is GER.ExpectMore@gmail.com. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.
up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2,